Hello everyone, real time MCV. So, when you hear about Niagara Falls, what comes to mind? Vacation, trips, views, hotels, fun. In fact, Canada is the thing that comes to mind. So also, Canada on Niagara shares boundary with the US. So today we're going to be making a review of our trip to Niagara Falls. So stick to the end to get all the details about Niagara Falls. I think it was so much fun. The trip was so much fun. You want to stick so at the end, so stick to the end of the video so you can hear about all the perks, things you need to keep in mind, the things you need to be aware if you're gonna do a trip to Niagara Falls. It's absolutely beautiful over there, and trust me, it will be worth it by the time you listen to the complete video.
Notorious productive family, the Mississippi dynasty, the prince of King Bae.
So last week, or that's the weekend before last, was it Victoria Day?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we did take a trip to Niagara Falls, and we're gonna be sharing with you guys our experience throughout that trip. We're gonna be talking about some of the things that we kind of saw,
Yeah.
and some of the things that we did down there, and give you guys a general perspective about like if you want to actually take a trip to Niagara Falls. Trust me, Niagara Falls is extremely beautiful, and so that if you want to take a trip to Niagara Falls, you can kind of get a heads up of the things to kind of pay attention to, and the things you want to expect, and the things you want to plan and prepare to do, right?
Yeah.
Because it was actually really crazy. Unfortunately, the weekend was actually very, very busy because it was a long weekend for the Victoria Day holidays. And so we're just gonna share with you guys a review of of the trip.
Yeah. Let's go.
So are you excited about it?
Yeah.
All
I
right,
was so
so
excited because I've been hearing about Niagara for a long time, but I never had the chance to go. So it was my first time to be down there.
right. Oh, okay. So basically what I want to at least share with people, with our viewers, and you know, it's everything from kind of the preparation, like the road trip to get into Niagara, where we stayed, what we did. We also want to talk about the cost of like the things, and then once we have all those things together, at the end of the day, we'll just give like a brief conclusion saying what to like really pay attention to and what to keep in mind.
Okay.
Right. So basically, like on the road trip, so what would say your expectation? What did you observe?
Well, I was not expecting the trip to be that long because there was a lot of traffic on that day in particular. Yeah, there
Actually,
was
there
a
was, yeah.
lot, and then we left late. We left the house late.
What
We
time did
left
you even leave?
around past 12. It was already past 12, or was it past 11? Yeah, so the traffic was crazy. But it was a beautiful one though, because we went through the beauty of Toronto to downtown. I saw a lot of beautiful beauties. I even went through a was it a flyover? How they call it?
The flyover in the flyover bridge in Hamilton.
Yes.
I know that's crazy. You know the funniest thing about what the trip to Niagara is like, depending on the part of Toronto that you're coming from. So if you're like further east, so Scarborough, Oshawa, like Markham, you get to see more, right?
Oh.
People who live like west, so that would be like in Tobico, Mississauga, Brampton. They don't go through Toronto, right?
Okay.
So they might not be able to see stuff, but we actually came from Scarborough, so we actually went through the Gardiner Highway, so the Don Valley into the Gardiner, and again, like I said, so much beautiful things that we actually saw.
The CN Tower.
You saw the CN Tower, right?
Yes.
You know, you know one thing. I don't want to give a spoiler alert, but one thing that was is there was another tower in Niagara which looks exactly
Yeah, it was
like
just
the
a
CN
little
Tower.
shorter, but I was like,
Yes.
in the
Yeah,
same.
just not to give the details, we'll get to those details, but yeah, there was that. And so if you go through Toronto, there is like the Scotiabank Arena, you see Rogers Centers, lots of skyscrapers, beautiful condominiums
I think
downtown.
we passed through a stadium.
Yes, so yes, that as BMO Field.
Oh.
Yeah, that's called BMO Field. It's the main football stadium in Toronto, where like, in fact, that's where some of the games of the is it World Cup, which is coming here. I don't know, is it in 2 years or something like that?
Okay.
That's where they're going to be playing it in Toronto. I think they're going to be playing it in Toronto and in Vancouver.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are some of the things that we kind of saw. And when we went down into the Niagara region, what we did observe, or what I observed, I'm sure you did as well, was all like like those
The
like
fields.
like farms, the grape farms for the wines, because like in Ontario, Niagara region is more like like it's what they call
It's known.
famous, yes, for its wine. So they make a lot of wines down there,
Yeah.
and a lot of farms also where they grow like vegetables, like in the like I did show you some of the
What
greenhouses.
happened? Did they let people come for visit, like those grape houses and the wine houses,
So yes,
those
so
farms?
I think that was something that we were supposed to do, but we didn't have the chance to do it there. But we're gonna get to that those details as well.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think that those are some of the things that we kind of, we went through on our trip. And
Mm-hmm.
one of the also things that we noticed was some, because it's already like May, usually it's still a little bit colder in May here, but for some reasons
Was sunny.
it's already like a typical summer days already
Yeah, it
usually
was
now.
sunny.
And so there was a lot of people with sports cars outside. Did you actually see the Lambo?
Yes.
You saw the Lambo,
I
right?
was like,
I think
God, when?
when are you gonna have yours,
God,
eh?
when?
Yeah, so yeah, once this weather gets better, people start coming out with like sport cars, sport bikes, and like all these kind of cars. Right? Usually they are locked up for the winter,
Okay.
and then when the summer's out, they start bringing them out. Yeah, we did see a couple of those sports cars, and the guys were like flexing their muscles in their pack of money. Yeah, so apart from the road trip, we did finally get down to Niagara.
The road trip itself was fun because we did our best to keep it fun. There was a lot of music. We were playing a lot of music while moving. It was like in the car. So it was my I have been excited. I've been waiting to do like this road trip. I've been seeing it in movies. I've never done it, so it was my first time too. So I wanted to get the most out of it. So before us, even though it was a long drive, but it was so fun. We were talking, playing, so we did not even really like feel the distance that much.
Yeah, I was usually to go to Niagara. I would not say it's not that long because it's only like an hour and a half.
Hmm.
But with the traffic, I think we did take like 2 hours to get there. Yeah, so we did actually find a reach in Toronto. Sorry, in Niagara,
Niagara. Hmm.
and we did check in the hotel.
Yeah, and but before we got to the hotel, I was kind of surprised because when I thought Niagara was just a small place, but it's really a big community. Like it's a town, a lot of people, and I even saw these couples. They were holding hands, and they are old. And I was like, "Ah." Yeah, like they
So
are outside experiencing
I don't think that
the sunny
Niagara
days.
is, well. I mean, it's like it's not that small. But again, there was a lot of people that we met there, not because there were people from there, but people
Hmm.
who were just coming there to chill because of the long weekend, right?
I get that, but even with the buildings, the homes, the houses, at least there's a good number of people around that
But that's what I'm
area.
saying. Like, it's not super big, but again, it's not fairly big to say like.
No, but the way I thought,
Also, the way you saw, you
yeah, I
you had
imagine,
imagined it
yeah, I
before
thought it
getting
was
there.
just the four, maybe the hotel, and that's it.
Okay. All right. Okay. So what about like the hotel? What did you think about the hotel?
Wow, guys, wow. So we were lodged at the Hilton, right?
Yeah, we did lodge at the
We were at
Hilton.
the 33rd floor. Well, the reception was quite welcoming when we checked in. The environment superb, it's clean. I was excited. We went to our room, and it was what we expected, like what we had booked for. There was a bathtub, the bed. Well, the environment was clean, and the view from our room was like, oh yeah, it was so magical. I
Yeah.
loved it.
So, anyways, I think Hilton is like one of the biggest hotels down there. So it's one of the more expensive ones. There are like cheaper options, but you don't get to go all the way up to like the 33 floor or higher. I think they have 50 floors in that building. And there are three different towers. The South Tower, which we were look, the North Tower,
Mm-hmm.
where we were located in, was like it's like the bigger one,
Uh-huh.
and so I think it's that expensive part. But again, if you want to go for this kind of trip, you want to make sure it counts, right? We also had the option of going to the Marriott or like other hotels, but for some reasons we just wanted that with the view, so we decided like, no, let's just go for it and like catch up the fun with it. Yeah. So basically, in the Hilton, what I realized is they have almost everything set up in the Hilton,
Yep.
from like small shopping malls at the bottom
Yep.
to like coffee stores, restaurants in front, courtyard areas, sitting areas. They also
The
have like
pool
restaurants right at
at the
the
top
yeah, at the top. Yeah.
with
So
the view too.
mhm.
With the view.
Yeah, so yeah, basically, I think the reasons why the restaurants are putting that level is for that view. I
Ah,
think we're gonna see,
it was so
we're gonna talk
beautiful.
about that in a little bit as well. So yeah, it was actually beautiful. The Hilton, I think it's averaging. If you go for the premium rooms with the full view, you probably be paying about $400 like a night, or $400 to stay.
I don't
Uh,
know how much we pay.
you don't know how much I paid.
I don't care about the view. I
You don't
just
care.
want.
You don't care
I
about the
don't
bills.
care about the view. I just want to go enjoy.
You just want to have fun. All
Mm-hmm.
right, that's cool. So again, that was our experience with Hilton. We're gonna talk about it a little bit more again as we're going on. The next thing I want to also share with you guys is the activities that we plan. Actually, we did plan to do about 5 activities, but then we end up only doing like maybe 2 or 3 proper, right? One of the things I want to say is, if you're gonna go to Niagara, you must prepare. Like, you must have enough time. Like, time is you need to have
Excuse me.
enough time, because some of like the activities takes a lot of time, takes a lot of energy, and in order
Yeah.
for you to enjoy it, you cannot just go out there and you have to do 5 activities in a day
Yeah,
or in
because we
two
didn't
days,
have enough time.
right? You just be stressful. So some of the activities that okay, like, let me not push it too fast. What do you think was your favorite activities that we did?
But the restaurant. I know it's not an activity, but that
The
was one of
restaurant
my.
was
I
not an
love eating
activity.
it, yes, too, but I love eating. So I was just one of the most exciting thing was just eating
We're
that
gonna come.
classic
Well, okay,
stew. I
listen.
know
Hold on,
you
hold
ask you
on,
question. Let
hold
me
on,
answer
hold
you.
on, hold on,
I know it's
hold
not.
on. Listen, hold on, calm down. There's no need to rush. We're gonna get.
You
We're gonna get to those parts, right?
have to.
I want it to be in a kind of sequential. So we're gonna get to that part.
Okay.
You're gonna have the opportunity to talk about the food and the restaurant. I know you're excited about that part of the restaurant, but that's fine. We'll get there.
Okay.
But I want to stick to the activities.
Okay.
So, which activity that we did was your favorite?
Um, the boat.
So the boat.
Yeah,
What was
and
most exciting about the boat?
well, it was kind of scary at the point that the ship, is it a ship or the
The
boat?
boat, the ship.
The boat kept going, and I was like, okay, you can go around now, you can turn now. The boat kept going. I was like, are we going to go through the fall, or where are we going?
Yeah,
At the point, I was kind of like, okay,
I know. Like, once you get into the boat and you're going, you can feel the sprinkle on your body.
a lot. I
But then
was so wet.
once you get right underneath the fall, and you can see it from up there, it's like,
I was
and
so
you can
wet.
hear the sound of the fall is like heavy.
Yeah.
It's so difficult. You can't even just keep your eyes open just to look at it, and the pressure coming from the falls. But it was
It was
that, for me, it's my
exciting.
second time, but it's like, it's that experience that you have, but then it's like you never,
You're tired of having it.
but you don't get used to it,
Oh,
right? You don't get used to it. I think that is something that if I go there, I might want to do
do
it
it
again.
again. Yeah.
How funny was it? Because even still at nighttime, there were still
Yeah.
people that were
Going there, and I was
going
like,
right
God,
to the
no,
falls, like
not me.
at almost like 8 p.m.,
It,
8:30,
it,
right?
yeah,
And funny enough, once like it gets a little bit dark, the falls are set up in a way that they actually have light in them, right? So you
like
can actually
changing
see a
color.
different view, the colors popping out, from the falls.
Yeah.
Hmm. So that was good. Eh?
Mm-hmm.
We also actually did plan to do what they call
I don't know. Hike, skydive. No, it's not
No, it's not skydiving.
skydiving.
So we actually also plan to do like the zip line,
Zip line, yeah.
but we couldn't do it. Actually, the zip line is more expensive in its own because it's almost like $90 a person. But the reasons why we didn't actually do it was because it had like an 1 hour, 2 hours wait time.
Yeah.
Like just to wait to get on it, it takes that much time. But I mean, if we had done that a little bit earlier in the day,
Mm-hmm.
it probably would have been much easier, right? But because we had literally like later on in the afternoon when there were so many people already, the wait time was so much, and so we could not wait.
Catch up.
So yeah, we cannot wait. So the next other thing that I wanted to talk about
Mm-hmm.
was, okay, you know what? Let's just jump into the restaurants because the restaurants is gonna come in here.
Okay.
So out of the restaurants that we went to, I think we went to maybe four restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
Which was the favorite?
My favorite was that of the Hilton.
So the Watermark.
Yeah. The view, guys, is magical. Ah,
So you think that the view of Watermark restaurant is
uh-huh.
better than the view from the Skylon Tower?
Yes, because well, it's almost the same thing. The thing is, that day we went that morning, we were at the Hilton. We went for breakfast. The lighting was good. So for some reason, when you took pictures or videos, it was so beautiful. But when we went to the tower, for some reason, the weather was kind of a little dull that day. As much as you are so up there, you can have the view, but you cannot get the best of the shots. So you know, us ladies, we like clear pictures. So I go for the clear pictures. But all of them was just magical. All of them. So the Hilton, the watermark was my favorite. Then the tower too. I felt like I was living a dream. Then
So
my third, no.
okay.
Then my third, you know, this where we had the those mini burgers.
So the Victoria Place restaurant.
Oh my god, their food is good. Since I came to Canada, this is one of the first time I've eaten in a restaurant, and then I feel like I want to go there again. Their food is good. It's local, it's simple, but their food is good. I love it. This was my actual favorite.
Yeah, what about the margarita? You didn't like it?
Well,
I think it was the margarita is like very, very local. While the Skylon Tower is like on the high end
mm-hmm.
and the Watermark on the high end as well.
Okay.
The Victoria Place also is local, just in its setting,
Yeah.
right? But it's right on the forefront of the waterfall.
Mm-hmm.
On top of all those restaurants, actually, which one did you think was the most expensive?
That of the hotel, the watermark,
No,
the tower.
no, not the tower.
Which was the most expensive?
The Victoria Place.
Really?
Yes.
Oh
Maybe,
wow.
or maybe just that we ordered too much over there.
We didn't know that much. It was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
no, two mini burgers, the three this what do I call the thing again?
Tacos.
Tacos, and then the burger, the big one that you ordered. That was it, and the drink.
Right. Okay. So now I want us to go like one by one. Like so for the Watermark restaurant, what I want you guys to know, it's located in Hilton itself, right? And so it's beautiful out there. So if you go on a day where the weather is good in the morning, like if you go to have breakfast, it's absolutely it has a very stunning view. It's beautiful. The inside is classic
Very classic.
and it's quiet and nice. The
The,
servers
the,
are fantastic.
they're very
In
welcoming.
fact, they're top notch, right? And for some reasons, I find the food there not bad. So it's actually worth the money that you
Yeah.
pay. I find actually what so if you go there and you're gonna have, let's say, for example, breakfast, you might on for a single person maybe somewhere between $60 and $100,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
It should not go that way unless you eat like you eat.
All right.
I'm not gonna use that word, right? And so if we go again, like we take the second restaurant to be like the Skylon Tower.
Mm-hmm.
The Skylon Tower is more like on the high end if you think about it, but it's not that expensive, right?
Yeah, I was surprised.
It was actually not that expensive.
Steak
we did have steak, both of us, and we had a bottle of wine, and
instead of an
the
extra
bill
drink.
the bill only made it to 200 bucks on top of tip that I gave the guy, right? So it wasn't that bad, right? If you go to Victoria Place restaurant, it was in the high end, way more expensive. The food in general was just expensive, but I think we paid more there. I'm not exactly sure how much we paid, but it was more. And then we also had the small restaurant, the Margaritas, that we went to.
At the ice cream place.
Well, ice cream place, not a restaurant. So we had the Margaritas. That's a local bar as well, not that expensive, very good if you want to just chill. I think there were a couple of other restaurants that we wanted to go, but we didn't.
At the
We just
time.
just didn't have the time. The time was not enough for us to just go. It's like you can't just go there and just be eating, right?
Yeah.
So there are other like the Brazos. We had the other one, the rooftop that we wanted to go, but we didn't actually go. We have the Cocoa Bar, which is also located in Hilton.
Yeah, the one down.
Yeah. So yeah, so those are some of the activities that we did. But then we actually did plan to do way more,
More,
yeah,
yeah.
more activities. Right. So for like the zip line that we didn't do, we also had to go to like the club.
Can I say something about the zip line?
Yeah.
So actually, that morning, as we finally never had the chance to do the zip line, I was kind of relieved because I wanted to, like, I was scared, but I didn't want to talk. I never wanted to say like because I saw how people were screaming on the zip line, and no one to share my fear. I wanted to act like I'm courageous, but as we finally did not do it, as I was like, thank God,
Yeah, I mean, it looks kind
it's
of
scary.
scary, but once you get there, you get up there.
Mm.
Trust me, it's not as bad. It's like skydiving when people go to do skydiving in the air. Like the idea of thinking about jumping from the plane is extremely very, very scary,
Not
right?
doing that.
Yeah, I'm serious. I'm serious. It's really very scary. But once you get into it, it's kind of like it's not that bad, right? If
Hmm.
you listen to a lot of people who go to skydiving, they'll tell you this a lot of the time. It's like this is always the mentality of especially people who have never done it, right?
Yeah.
But again, you know, we're still gonna have to go there sometime to do it. So better prepare your mind.
Uh,
Again, as we were talking, some of the things that we wanted to do down there that we didn't actually do. We wanted to go for like a tour, a Niagara tour, a plane tour.
mhm.
So there's plane tours in Niagara, which I think is about 200 bucks, 250 bucks a person. So you can go, or you take a plane from Niagara and then fly all the way to Toronto. We wanted to do wine testing. We couldn't do that as well, just
That I was
because,
looking forward to do.
yeah, actually I was, but again, like I said, we didn't have that much time, right?
Yeah.
And it's just something that we didn't really account for. We thought maybe, oh, we're just gonna have this friend. But
Yeah.
again, if you're taking a vacation somewhere, you want to also relax and enjoy. The first thing
Just
in the
chill.
morning when you get up at 8 o'clock is not to rush. You go and take breakfast,
I'm not an early person,
and
anyways.
yeah, so it's not to rush and go and take breakfast and then go do some exercise. Just take your time, get up to bed at maybe 10 o'clock. You go relax, you take a good breakfast, maybe you come back rest, then you go out.
Yeah.
So this is some of the things that we wanted to like kind of do, but you didn't want to do. There's also a zoo like in Niagara that I was thinking that we are gonna go to,
Hmm.
and also go to like what do you call haunted house,
Haunted house.
which was downtown Niagara. We also didn't really have the time to visit it. Again, I said one of the big things that if you want to go to Niagara and really, really enjoy Niagara is to make sure that you have ample time. I would say maybe 4 days, but preferably a week.
Yep.
Anything less than that,
You'll be stressed
yeah,
out.
you're gonna be stressed out.
Hmm.
You're just gonna be rushing in between the stuff, so you're not gonna really, really get it. So another big thing also there is the casino, right? There's a casino. I think maybe there's 2 or 3 casinos there, if I'm not mistaken. Which you can go there, have fun. A lot of people go to Niagara,
With their kids.
yes, just to go. You don't go to the casino with kids. You have to be adult.
No.
We
Where?
actually had to go to the casino. We were right in front of the casino, and somebody, I'm not gonna call the person's name, don't know they have to work with their ID cards.
You want to talk to me? Talk to me. Talk to me directly. What do you mean, somebody? That
I'm
was
not.
me.
I'm not calling
But my
anybody out.
bag was just literally in the hotel. I could just watch and get my ID. You said no.
No.
Wait. If I'm not mistaken, where we were playing those games, we were in the car. How did they call that?
Hmm?
How did they call that? Where we were in those cars?
Whoa! It's like an amusement park.
Oh, it's the amusement park. I'm mistaken for the casino. Sorry.
No, casino was where we were there the previous night,
Oh, okay.
which you didn't take your ID, and there was a security guard there had to kick you out. And I couldn't have the time of my life, there. But I did have the chance to go into the casino. I did take a couple of shots over there. But again, I'm not a casino guy. It's for gambling. If you gamble a lot, go have that experience and whatever. But I'm not that. I'm not for gambling like that. So the next big thing that I would like, in fact, let me not say the next big thing. The big thing that everybody goes to Niagara Falls. Why?
For the view, for the fall.
For the falls. So we did had a lot of views on the
I
fall
was
from the time
surprised.
we got there, from the time we get to the hotel,
Yeah,
from the
the
time we
view
were in the
from the road.
restaurant, the other restaurants, every restaurants, from the boat.
We went to the street, standing along the roads,
Yeah, so we did have a lot of view.
and
So
even the
my
night
question,
view too.
I know, yeah. So on top of that, from the night view, the hotel view, you know what? Let's keep the night view separately because I think it's a different level.
Yeah.
But from all the other views, so from the room view,
Mhm.
from Watermark, from the Skylon Tower, from what do you call that restaurant? Victoria Place.
Mhm.
Which was your favorite?
My favorite view. That of the restaurant. The is it the water? Was
The
it the
Watermark.
watermark? And that from the room too, because let me tell you something.
I don't think that the Watermark had like a, well, if you, it did have, but I wouldn't, well,
I loved it because I was able to make good videos.
I'm not talking about videos here.
Yeah, but you just asking me what I liked. It's what I liked.
I'm talking about the view.
I loved it from there because if you look at my videos, you can see the view, and I was clean.
Okay.
And then the view from the room too was just sitting there and sipping the wine, and
hmm
it was great.
I think my favorite view of the four was the one from Skylon Tower. Sorry, yes, Skylon Tower. It is just, especially if you go there in the morning. Like the Skylon Tower operates from morning all the way to night. Like we wanted to go there in the night as well, but just too much. You couldn't have the time to do everything.
Yeah.
So you can go there in the night as well, and you're able to see. So from the hotel, we could actually picture the view in the morning, the afternoon, and in the nighttime from the hotel. So it's crazy.
Mhm.
But then, talk to me about the night view.
Oh my God. Okay, before we talk about the night view, we did something. I actually saw that thing on, I think it was on, I think it's on TikTok. So I just wanted, because a part of the view, before coming to the view, I noticed the previous night when we just got there. There was a point I felt like they were shooting stars. I thought I was the one that was confused, but I realized that they were shooting stars actually. So I got prepared. The view at night, oh my God, the fall is actually changing colors: blue, green, multicolors, rainbow. Like it is so magical. Like it is beautiful.
Yeah, I think that the engineering work there is like a piece of art,
Really
right?
beautiful.
It was really, really made for like,
It's really a place to go.
yes. I mean, if you literally, if you've not been to Niagara, you have to actually go.
Yeah, the
And you
view is
have,
so
the
beautiful.
last time that we went to Niagara, the last time I went to Niagara was like maybe, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago.
Mhm.
And so because most of the time we're used to going to Niagara during the day, right?
Yeah.
You leave here from Toronto, whatever, you get there maybe at 11 o'clock. By the time it's 4 p.m., 5 p.m.,
Yep.
you're heading back to Toronto. No, 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 no. You don't get to see anything like that. You have to be there overnight. If you're not gonna rent a hotel to stay there overnight, just wait. Chill around, go to a nice restaurant, have some dinner, or to the Skylon Tower or something, and wait for like 8 p.m.
Yeah.
eight
But
thirty p.m. when the light of the fall comes out, and it's
to
totally,
top it off,
it's so astonishing. Like it's fascinating to watch.
to top it off, a part of the beautiful view, the lightning, there was shooting stars, guys. Imagine sitting there with your partner over a sip of champagne, and then the stars are shooting, and then the falls are multicoloring. Like it is so beautiful. Like I was like, wow. I had to take down our bed, our mattress, put it on. I wanted to create, like I did everything to have the time of my life. I had to lie down on the window with the mattress on the ground just so I can capture the moment. I wanted to relate with that moment. I did not want to miss out because the previous night I noticed there were shooting stars, but I was not prepared. The previous day, I had to go down, ask the reception what time they shoot the stars. When they told me, I was so prepared. Like I made the most out of the moment. It was so beautiful. It was so beautiful.
I know, yeah. So actually, I did like find it very fascinating to watch
Very impressive. They put a lot of hard work there.
the lights, the falls in the night. Which is one of the things I kept thinking when I was watching the falls in the night, as the colors were changing.
Yeah.
Like we actually had to step out
Yeah.
of our hotel to go down there right close to it to see it in the night because we
Yeah.
were watching it from the hotel from before, but then I was like, nah, we're already here. We have to go get close just to watch and make sure we are seeing it live and direct, not from the hotel view, because the
Mm-hmm.
hotel is a little bit not that far, but could tell. So we actually went down to the right down to the falls
Mm-hmm.
just to make sure that we can see the best of the view.
Yeah.
So it was really, really fascinating to watch. And if you're in Toronto, like if you're in Canada and you haven't been down there to Niagara Falls, you have to go down there. And if you've been there and have not like been there in the night,
Mm-hmm.
you have to
Mm-hmm.
take the time to go there. You can see that in the night and you can also have some time to
Yeah.
spend at the casino. There's other lots of fun activities you can actually do in the night, clubbing, whatever, if that's your thing. Okay, boom. But yeah,
I enjoyed my time
yeah,
there.
yeah, I did really enjoy my time. So, in order for me to conclude, what I want to say is like keep in mind, like if you're gonna go to Niagara, there's some things that you need to like really, really keep in mind. There's lots and lots of fun to be had in Niagara. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
There is never a boring moment there. There's always something to do. I can guarantee you can be there for a week, 2 weeks, and you're not gonna do everything that
You
is
can do
there to be
around
done.
there.
And
Yeah.
every excitement that you have there, it's really, really something that you want to do. It's probably fun.
Yep.
Okay. So first thing to keep in mind is you need to have ample time. You need to prepare ample time to be there, preferably a week, nothing less than 4 days. Again, if I say a week, nothing less than 4 days, next thing that comes to mind is money,
Yep.
lots of money. So I wouldn't say it's on the high end for just like going around
Mm-hmm.
because Niagara is not that huge, so you can actually get by, you know, just by walking around, right?
Yeah. But did a lot of walking
Yes, you
too.
don't need to be driving around. You can actually get just by walking around. Everything is like kind of circulated in like one area. But again, like if you're gonna enjoy like those hotels, the views from the hotels, okay, yeah, on the high end that's a little bit costly. But you don't have to. Let's say if you're spending a week, you don't have to spend a week in Hilton,
Mm-hmm.
right? You can get a night in Hilton, and then you can get maybe somewhere else that is kind of like
Cheaper.
cheaper,
Mm-hmm.
just to cut down on your budget. That's what you need to kind of keep in mind.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing that you want to keep in mind, so if you're driving to Niagara, is parking. Parking is huge. So the parking in
Expensive.
Hilton is just crazy, okay? So if you're gonna park on the ground, which is mostly for safety reasons, your car and everything, parking is really, really expensive. There's a lot of outdoor parking,
Mm-hmm.
like $20, $25, like a day, some of them overnight. And there's other sketchy ones on some other parking lot. You're just gonna see people with signboards say, oh, $15 parking a day or $10. It's very sketchy. You can park there, it's fine, but just make sure that you don't have no like you don't have no items of like what in
In
your
your
car.
car.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because it's outside and people are going by. There's always gonna be people in that space where they can actually maybe take your stuff and stuff like that. So for me, I think those are the key things that you need to keep in mind, right? Just make sure you have enough money, ample time, make sure that you prepare, like, have in mind where you're gonna stay.
Yep.
Those are the things that I think. What do you think?
Yeah. You said it all. Basically, just prepare, as you said, enough time because if not, you're going to be cut short. And also, it's good to go there either as a couple or in a group or with family because if you go by yourself, but when you're with people are judging what you're seeing, making the reviews together, it's more fun. Yep.
Yeah, I think going to
And even the
Niagara.
road trip too, when you are in with somebody else, two or more people, is really it's more fun than if you have to drive by yourself all the way down there.
Yeah, I think that those are some of the things that you need to kind of pay attention to. I
Mm-hmm.
think, yeah, also like if you do like a trip in a group, friends and families, you would probably have a better time, you know.
Yep.
So most of the time, because it's somewhere that you're going to have fun. If you go there just alone, there's a lot of locals there who are just there, and then there are a lot of people who are also coming to just have fun. So sometimes you can get lucky and get people that you can vibe with. Most of the time, I don't think it's because you need to be figuring yourself every single time you step out, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and a lot of the activities that go there are really expensive. So to find somebody that you can match up your energy with to do those things that you really want to do, you might not. But if you already plan with somebody that you
Mm-hmm.
want
It's
to go
better.
with, it's better.
Mm.
So last but not the least, we're gonna talk. I want to just talk about like some of the few observations that I saw,
Mm-hmm.
and you can share about your own observation that you kind of like your own think about your own observations. Like, do you have any observations apart from the things that we've talked that you saw?
That I like how they like.
Doesn't matter.
Well, the pools were kind of crowded.
What do you mean, like the swimming pool
Mm-hmm.
in Hilton?
In Hilton, the pool was
Well,
kind of
again,
crowded.
like I said,
A lot of
because it's a
kids.
busy weekend, people are dragging their families there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think even when we spoke to the guy from the restaurant at Watermark,
Mm.
that's what he says. Like during the summer, this place is busy all summer long,
So
right?
you have to book.
So yes, so always keep in mind, like if you're gonna go to the pool and stuff like that, it
And
doesn't
then
matter
the
what
one
time.
thing
Because I
too,
went there early, I went there late, and it's just totally full.
and then one thing too I observed is when we left the hotel, when we're coming back, and then we took another road just to like go around, and I was like, wow, there's more to do here than we thought. Like we were just in the same, we were just in one area, but when we just moved, there were more activities to be done, or more places to see in the Niagara.
Yeah,
So
that's
which I did
basically
not
why I
even
said.
know.
That's basically why I said there were a lot of other things that we were supposed to go around and do that we just didn't
Mm.
have the time. But then some of the other few observations that I saw in Niagara that you need to pay attention. Like number one that I saw was the stoneworks. You know that street
Oh
from
yeah,
Hilton,
okay,
the stoneworks extremely beautiful. Some
yeah,
of those rocks are huge and it just looks just like extremely fabulous. That's one of the things I saw there. There's a lot of old buildings there, so they are memorial structures all the way from like castles. You saw the old
yeah. I saw the
castles. You
castle.
saw even the one underground from the floors, the one underground, right?
Yeah,
Which is abandoned, but they are all castles. This is a place where they were using from before.
yeah.
I wonder what they were doing there. Looks like places where they used to bring slaves there. That's what it actually looks to me like. Then again, the other thing that I saw in Niagara that I think was like really good was the connections between in the city, right?
Yep.
So like when you see the connections, like the crossovers from the buildings to one building. So from
It made it
Hilton,
easy.
there's two crossovers from Hilton going into the casino, the building of the casino. So
Yeah.
people are not randomly just crossing the streets. You can actually just go from the crossovers. There's so many like crossovers, connections between buildings
Hmm.
for easy like movements, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that was actually really really nice to see.
Yep.
And the other thing that I saw is like I think it's a group of gangs over there. Do you see those gangs?
Yes. And these guys, these people we keep seeing with those big bikes
Yeah.
going up and down, like bikes I've never seen before. I used to see some of them, but in movies, you see older people with their wife, like older people maybe in
I,
their
I
sixties.
think
They
that
kept parading. It was so
yeah.
beautiful to
So a
see.
lot of sometimes you see these bike crews that go around also in groups. Just like people too who come out of town
Hmm.
just to come and have fun. So they just come like a weekend like that and they parade and just have fun as well, right?
It was beautiful
And
seeing
also
them.
locals in most places, like the ones we saw in those other like not the bike, but
Those big ones
those
that
other
look like
one. Those are more like the locals in that area. Those older people, right? That's what they do for fun. They just take the bike and they go around. Yeah, they just take the bike and they go around like that. And so these are some of the things that you go there and you observe. And it's like wow, it's beautiful to see, right?
yeah.
You can see these people in their older age just stay there and they just
And then the
relax.
bike, almost all of them had like a lady. They had, I don't know if they're wife, but they had a lady behind, and it's an older lady. Like you see a man in his 60s with a lady like in her 60s too, and then it was so beautiful to see.
Yeah, and also it's also good like if you're gonna go there, even if you don't have a car, there's a regular transit in Niagara, which is so good
Mhm.
because Niagara is not super big, but it has its own regular. it has on regular transit system. Most and the thing I find out with it is actually regular. So you can actually take that if you don't want to take Uber if it's on the high end or Lyft, you can actually go with the regular transit. So lots of fun. A lot of people were out there. In fact, the crowd was huge,
massive.
right? So lots of people coming there, lots of sport cars, people just enjoying their time. In fact, I had a lot of fun.
Me too.
You
I
did?
want to do it again.
You want to do it again?
I want to do it again. Like,
I don't think we have money for that stuff, but we can use the credit card.
yeah.
Anyways, guys, that's all we had to share with you guys. We're gonna be leaving like links like to book like the hotels and a couple of stuff that you might need. We're gonna leave them in the description so you can check. And if you have any questions that you maybe want to follow up or something that we said that you probably didn't get a full vibe of it, you can just send us a message or leave a comment. We'll be sure to reply you. Thank you guys. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye bye.